Ladies and gentlemen, in the recent days, we heard about issues with coronavirus in meat packing plants. It got so bad that many have shut their doors because so many of the employees were getting tested and they were coming up positive. So, this came out in Al Jazeera, April 23rd, 2020. Concerns over U.S. meat supply grows as USDA inspectors fall ill. So they're talking about 100 inspectors have tested positive for coronavirus as the illness ravages the nation's meat processing plants. And I know there's a lot of talk about meat shortages this year due to the fact that these workers had to just shut down shop. Too many people were getting sick. The workers are part of the Food and Safety Inspector Service, which employs about 6,500 inspectors, a spokesperson for the agency confirmed Thursday. USDA is taking measures to supply masks to workers, and then they currently may need to find them on their own. Because, PPE is still a serious problem in the country. The infections among inspectors add to the growing concerns about the safety and viability of the nation's meat supplies after several major U.S. factories closed in recent weeks due to outbreaks. USDA inspectors need to be physically present in processing plants to make sure standards for cleanliness and worker protection are being met. Inspectors have been traveling between plants with known infections to other plants. The traveling inspector bringing the disease in our biggest worry. And yeah, if they're traveling from one plant to the next, there you go, and you're carrier of coronavirus right there. The agency must maintain inspection of all meat, poultry, and egg products to ensure Americans continue to have a safe food supply during the evolving COVID-19 pandemic. The USDA said in a statement, to achieve this, we are minimizing the movement of our inspection panel. However, there are times where it is necessary to move inspection personnel to fulfill our legal mandate to provide inspections. Paula Schelling, an acting National Joint Council chairwoman for Food Inspector Locals for the American Federation of Government Employees, said the figure of infected inspectors was divulged in a conference call Wednesday. Wow. So that's when they had a conference, and, we're told 100 inspectors were now positive for COVID-19. The USDA said the Food Safety and Inspector Service is actively procuring masks for inspection personnel. However, due to increased demand, the availability of commercial face masks has been limited. As a result, some inspectors may need to provide their own mask. The agency has authorized reimbursement for up to $50 for face coverings or material to make face mask coverings. Wow. Here you are, the richest nation in the world, and you still can't provide. And this is weeks later. We're well over a month into this thing, and they are still struggling with the proper, coverings for the face and everything, and gloves. I mean, this is a disgrace. You know how bad this look? You claim you are a powerful nation and you can't even get simple things done. These are easy things. Getting a face mask, that's easy shit. By now, you should have paid people to make them. Oh boy. That's a high IQ for you, y'all. Complaints about the USDA failure to provide masks has been raised before as meat packing plants become hotbeds for the virus. The agency should be doing more to protect its inspectors, said David Michaels, an epidemiologist at George Washington University and former Assistant Secretary of Labor for Occupational Safety and Health under President Barack Obama. USDA inspectors should not have to be exposed to airborne illnesses to protect the public from foodborne illnesses, Michael said. The USDA and the meat industry are playing Russian roulette with the food chain. What will happen if food inspectors start becoming infected and remaining terrified inspectors refuse to work? So you got some, they are so petrified to go into these meat packing plants to even do their jobs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe I told this story before. Down in Florida, a lot of my dad's side of the family is down there. And one of his sisters, my aunt, was married to a butcher. And over the years, they get sick a lot. They get a lot of illnesses just from dealing with this meat that is never discussed in the public. Well, my uncle, probably been dead now for about a good 20 years. He was a butcher down in Florida, and he was always the picture of health. When you saw him, he was as healthy as can be. He suddenly got sick around the time when it was a lot of talk about mad cow's disease. Now, they were insisting it was not here in America. But if you would have seen my uncle back then, he was rocking and shaking, had no bodily control, and he was looking just like those footage that you would see over in the UK of people that had mad cow disease. He looked that same way. Well, see, when the US is trying to cover something up and it's obvious and in their face, they'll just deny that it's happening. Oh, nobody in this country got that. No, that's not here in the US. And it wasn't just him, it was other people that were handling meat that got sick the same way. But they kept insisting that was not in the US at all. And I can tell y'all straight up, they were lying. Well, my uncle, he ended up passing away within, I would say, probably within a 6-month period after the symptoms showed up. And I forgot what my aunt said they put on the death certificate, but she said herself, this looked very much like mad cow disease. And she would look at the footage of the people that they would show over in the UK having it, how they had no control over their bodily functions and everything. And she said that was exactly how my husband was. So, what I'm really saying to you is the US is big in covering up stuff that they don't want out in public. And that was a real good example of that. And he didn't do nothing but handle meat for a living. He was a butcher for 30 years. And when that happened, man, that was a devastating thing for my aunt to go through because she was the one that had to care for him before he finally went. But y'all, please tell me what you think about what's going on with this meat plants just shutting down, which is going to, without a shadow of a doubt, create a shortage in the country. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.